Oh my God. Oh man, what a roller coaster that was, man. Honestly, for large parts of that game, I was just so annoyed, so annoyed for large parts of that game. And right at the end, what a bombastic finish! What a unbelievable finish to that game! And once again, big ups to Pochettino for doing the subs, because really the subs changed the game. Look, I'm going to talk about the truths. Some of you guys may not appreciate the truth. You got to be able to handle the truth. I'm going to talk about the truth later on. I want to now just talk a little bit about the positives and the fact that we got the big 3 points. Look, we started the day off with the watch along of Newcastle versus Brighton, and we got a positive result. We wanted Newcastle to drop points. I know they didn't lose, but hopefully they can drop points for the remaining couple of games. But this drop point against Brighton has helped us massively to be equal at least with them. So I know the goal difference is mad. We still do need them to drop more points, but at least we are still equal with them. So started the day off nicely with Newcastle dropping points. So then the focus, we were all buzzing. We're all thinking, okay, we've been playing so good for the past couple of games. We're going to try and put on a very, very good performance. But it wasn't like that. It was a very, very, definitely it was going to be a tough game against Nottingham Forest away from home. Nottingham Forest, to be honest, before even the ball was kicked, they were safe. You know, Luton need to score like some mad 18 or 19 goals next week. It's not going to happen. So Nottingham Forest are safe. Luton, most likely they're going to get relegated. I thought, you know, maybe Nottingham Forest might just chill out a little bit, but no, they were, honestly speaking, up until Callum Hudson-Odoi scored, they were the better team. They really were. They were all over us, man. Yeah, we had possession, but we weren't doing much with it. As I said, I'm going to park the negative side. We want to talk about it later on. But look, sensational comeback, big 3 points. Big shout out to Raheem Sterling for scoring that goal. He gets a lot of flack, but comes off the bench, gets a very, very clutch goal. Big shout out to our captain, man, Reece James. Wow, a fit Reece James is going to mean so much to us next season. Look, I know we're all worried. I'm worried. Like, I'm concerned that can he be fit? Because one more injury and he's out for most of next season, then we need to reassess. But if he's able to stay fit, my days, he's going to be a game changer for us. And on top of that, the captain, the impetus, the impact from a captain is so, you know, important. You can see after the match, every player going up to Reece James, patting him, hugging him, people posting, some players posting Chalobah saying, my captain is back. It means a lot to the football club that the captain is back. This is why I said pre-game in the preview that to see Reece James back in the bench, that in itself will lift morale. And the fact that if he can come on and give 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that's going to lift the team. And it, oh my God, has it lifted the team. And straight away with an impact, with an assist. Also, big shout out to Caicedo. What a lovely ball to Reece James. And Caicedo was absolutely amazing all throughout that game. All throughout, of course, for me, Cole Palmer, man of the match. Cole Palmer, what a lovely way to start the game off. Literally, that goal was sort of against the tide, because at that point, Nottingham Forest was kind of all over us. Against the tide, finds a lovely ball through for Mudryk. And Mudryk, look, as I said, I want to park the negative side, the truth. I don't want to call it negative, the truth. I want to say the truth. Great goal from Mudryk, but besides the goal, there's a lot that needs to be talked about. Once again, awesome. Thank you so much, Nicholas Jackson, for the winner. Really thankful you were there for the header, because heading is not his strongest suit. So thank you for the header. Great cross from Reece James. And as I said, the Cole Palmer is 100%. Cole Palmer is my man of the match. He probably got robbed off from few more assists in that game. He was sensational. It was him who was pulling the strings. Him who was dropping deep and helping out, because that inverted situation with Cucurella wasn't working out in this match. So Cole Palmer was dropping in, trying to help out. and he was trying to help up front as well with helping out the attackers. So Cole Palmer, sensational. And when later on, when Mudryk got taken off and Cole Palmer went to the right, it's almost as if his game amplified even more. Not to say that him playing as a number 10, he was sort of like a free role before that, was also very, very impactful. So look, a lot of praise from that perspective, and a lot of praise to Pochettino as well for making those substitutions and not just waiting and lingering around like the way he normally does, making those substitutions early and making the right substitutions, taking players off the ones that were not performing. Madueke, Benoit Badiashile, a few of the other players as well, Mudryk, and bringing in the right people, Raheem Sterling, Reece James, Malo Gusto, all the right personnel, the right characteristics to drive us and get this win. Because I kid you not, and now I want to talk about the truths. I kid you not. Honestly, after Hudson-Odoi scored that goal, I thought we were dead. Because it looked like the match was shaping up like we weren't going to do anything. The match at that point when Hudson-Odoi cut in and scored. By the way, Hudson-Odoi, my God, what a game he had. What a game he had. And on top of that, Ola Aina for me, up until then, if we didn't win the game and they were going to win the game, Ola Aina was going to be the man of the match. Ola Aina locked up Mudryk. And this is why I don't want to be... Look, obviously Mudryk didn't perform well, and I've always been a bit dubious about Mudryk, but I think looking back now, that kind of game can happen, right? You can potentially at times get locked up by a defender. And Ola Aina not just locked him up, he locked up Mudryk on that side. He locked up everywhere, wherever Ola Aina at one stage, I pretty much saw him everywhere. I saw him on the right side. I saw him on the left side. I saw him in midfield. I'm like, is this guy everywhere? So look, Madueke, not a good game. Not off the ball, not on the ball. Just wasn't there. No problems. But a couple of players that I do want to say, one being Nicholas Jackson. Look, thank you for the winner, and I appreciate that. Very, very good season. And I've always said about Nicholas Jackson, I still think there is a lot of value in Nicholas Jackson with all the things he gives us. Besides the lack of final third decision making and so on and so forth, there's a lot of good attributes about him. But this game exemplified exactly the flaws that are so annoying from Nicholas Jackson. The times that he has the ability to pass and let go, he doesn't. He holds on to the ball all the time. And the decision making in the final third is not good enough from Nicholas Jackson. We should not be in the position where we were, being 2-1 behind Nottingham Forest. There were opportunities where we could have capitalized, and a lot of them fell on Nicholas Jackson for not being able to execute once again. This is why I'm a little bit less annoyed with Madueke, because you can get locked up. But Nicholas Jackson, I've seen this guy do these things time in, time out. Mudryk as well. Thank you so much for a well-taken goal. But the first touch, once again, the decision-making up front, so many passes, he just gave it back to the Nottingham Forest players. So if we want to be truthful about this game, look, sensational comeback. The way we came back blew my mind, because at that point, I was so angry the way the match was going. I was so angry. Especially when Hudson-Odoi scored, I could not handle it. Him scoring, I could not handle it. It was a big slap in the face. And he was actually having a very good game. It was annoying me. He was actually ripping it apart. It was annoying me. It was so bothersome. And when he scored, I lost my mind. And the fact how quickly we came back, I loved it. I loved it. And I thank the team for it. It looks like they really do want to get to Europe, and they really care. Today they showed, I said in the preview, this is the game. Show me, show a lot of us. Are you hungry enough to go for Europe? And looks like these players are. They did not give up. They did not give up. Even though I felt like it looked like, where's the goal coming from? But of course, good substitutions. That's where it came from. Good substitutions from Pochettino, being alert, being proactive. And even Nkunku. A lot of people have been saying, Nkunku didn't provide much impetus. I think he did. Him just being there, the movements. And he made some, nice link-up plays as well. And today, another big note was the fact that Cucurella's inverting didn't work. it was good to see straight away at halftime we switched that up. I was asking for things to change at halftime because it didn't look right. The opposition loaded up the midfield. They knew that Kukure inverts. They put more midfielders in there. They had a setup of 5-4-1. And I'm glad we took that inverting situation away, put him back as a genuine left back, and it didn't click for at least up to 60th minute, up until Hudson-Odoi scored. But after that, when we made those changes, it looked like we were coming into gears and we were far more fluid, far more energetic about our game. Look, I completely understand there'll be games where we're not going to be the best. Of course. 3 points is important to be able to. Sometimes you need to shithouse your way to get 3 points. Very important to still pick up the 3 points when you're not good. And I appreciate that quality of this team. But there are certain individuals, I'm telling you, sooner or later, we will get hurt because of the lack of performances from them. We will get hurt. And that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Look, I'm ecstatic. We won. We needed to win off the back of Newcastle dropping points. We are still on course for Europe. And hopefully we finish off the season with a couple of more wins and we go ahead of Newcastle. So look, very, very happy with the comeback victory. Excellent comeback victory. Splendid, spectacular comeback victory. And so glad some of these players, hopefully they stay fit and they can provide more impact for us in the likes of Reece James, in the likes of, Nkunku, Raheem Sterling. If that's the case, coming off the bench, no problems. But I think now maybe Raheem Sterling might start the next game because Mudryk, even though he scored the goal, you never know. Maybe he might keep starting. Maybe we just keep the way we are. Maybe the only thing we're going to change is perhaps Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto provided a mad impetus when he came on. Mad impetus. So maybe Malo Gusto jumps back into the team because defensively he's quite solid. And offensively, obviously, adds a lot more than Chalobah. I just wanted Chalobah to start because I felt like don't change anything. If it's working, keep it as it is. We'll see how the game's going and we'll make the relevant changes. And that's exactly what Pochettino did. So, yeah, look, all up, glad. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen, what your thoughts are about the entire match. We got the 3 points, but I feel like there were a few areas that we just need to be mindful about in the next game. So yeah, smash up the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time, everyone. Take care. See ya.